I'm an empath, I am highly sensitive, but sometimes it feels like that times 1,000. It often feels like I'm too conscious for this world, and it's really beautiful, it's something precious, but it can be really hard sometimes. Hey guys, I'm Skip. I'm 21 years old. I sense and read people's energy. I can sense intentions, and I recognize patterns most people will never recognize. It's kind of a blessing, but also a curse, so let's talk. Let me just start off by saying this is how I feel the world. If your point of view is different, that's okay. I am not saying this is true for everyone. It's simply how I feel and how I see the world myself. And if that resonates with you, you'll understand it. And if you don't, that's also fine. First of all, what is being too conscious? For me, being really conscious is kind of a strange subject, so I'm going to explain it the best of my limits. I feel emotions on so many different layers. My own emotions and the emotions of other people. And that sometimes is really strange. When I'm with somebody, I can sense their emotions. I can not only sense the emotion, I can sense why you're feeling that emotion and where that is coming from. And I don't just only hear the words people say to me, I hear their intentions. And I can sense them so clearly. I can see when people have negative intentions, when they are not being truly honest with me. And that sometimes it is so hard because one thing, people can say the most beautiful stuff, and I can just know you're lying. You are not telling the truth, you are hiding something from me, and you are thinking that I am okay with it. When people put on masks for something, like something socially, I can see right through it. It is really fun, and it's really my superpower, but it can be lonely sometimes, because most people don't see the world on such a deep level. They only see it on a surface level, and they make connections on the surface. And then there's society. I can make a whole nother video about this, but I can see all the patterns and all the structures inside society, how people are being kept small, not being able to express themselves. That's just like how the world goes, but it's not the way how it's supposed to be. And there are so many ways that everyone is being kept small. Addictions, phone addiction, drinking addiction. There are so many addictions like buying stuff, love, OMG. And there are just so many distractions in this world that keep you from seeing your own true self. And it's so weird because society tells you that it's okay and safe to stay numb, to stay inside of your mask. And for me that's hard because I can't unsee it. I just see right through the mask, and society can be so performative sometimes. People are so performative. They do something to boost their ego or to boost them to appear a certain way, which is also ego. And I'm way too conscious to play along. And I'm just way too direct. It is crazy. Most of society's rules, I'm why is this even a rule? Like small talk. I know people, they are just checking to see if you fit society. And if you don't, they'll treat you differently. And I have experienced it, which is fine, I don't care. It is so strange, and it often feels like the world is moving so slow. I'm sober, I don't drink, I don't do any substances. And not because I'm better or anything, because I just know how harmful they actually are. I know exactly what those things do. I also know exactly why people use them, to seek comfort, to feel socially accepted, to act more social, to act more fun. But you can be fun right now. You don't need alcohol to be fun. I know it takes away certain masks and certain fears, so you act more socially open. And I'd rather me facing my fears instead of running from them and hiding from them. For me, my clarity is sacred. My presence is sacred. It is something I want to be here and experience all my emotions, even the negative ones, because they teach me something. I also have a really strong intuition, which is really scary sometimes. And I learned the biggest lesson when I didn't follow it. Whoa. I met someone new, and on the surface it felt like a good connection, and it was. But something deep inside of me was like, don't trust them. This is not the right connection for you. And every time we met up, my body got this reaction. I tightened up. I got so nervous. I actually started stuttering more. And sometimes I'd even laugh as a reflex at the absurdity that deep down they were thinking that their mask was working on me. But that taught me so much not to give my energy away and not to see people who they can be, but to see them for who they actually are. My gift is also I can see into your soul. I know why you're here, I know your soul mission, and I know what you need to do in order to achieve it. And I also know and see the power that you have, which is something that can be messy. I can sense how people might become, how they might blossom. But the trap is falling in love with their potential instead of who they are currently. But I now know I need to see what's right in front of me and nothing more. I want nothing more. I'm also deeply spiritual, and some people say it's floaty, but not for me. Every religion, in some way, is spiritual. There is always a great creator, a divine source, and a greater intelligence. Some people call it bullshit, and I can also see why they're calling it bullshit. It's just easier to stay blind than to actually face yourself. And I don't think my view is the truth. Most people think their own POV of Earth is the only one and the best one, but that's not true. There are 7 billion people here. Everyone has their own perspective on how they see things and how they experience things. So my version is not the truth, it's just how I view and experience life. And mine is just one. I know it's heavy, but it's a blessing, and I am so grateful that I can see on such deep layers. And sometimes when I talk to other people, like twice or maybe 3 times my age, and I realize that the spiritual and emotional paths I have been going through, they haven't even started yet. And they're like old. I didn't want to say old, but they are old. I have come to certain realizations that most people might never get to. I have so many knowledges about so many things, and I'm just only 21. I am low-key a bit afraid of what I know at 50. Because most people at 60 know some things that I know. And it's also really cool because I can teach those people things they didn't know about themselves. I have actually taught other people really some cool stuff about themselves that they didn't know before. And they were like, whoa, you're so wise and so young. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Thank you. But I'm so grateful that I can help those people and really share my experience with them. Like, I have an old soul. My soul has gone through so many things that I just know a lot. I also have a few friends that don't see life as I do, which is fine. But often that can be lonely sometimes because I have never met someone who's like me. And that's why I have made this video. Maybe you're like me. I want to call you in. This is also why I make art. I can create such wonderful things because I can feel so deeply. My art has multiple layers behind it, which is so awesome and so cool. And that's the real blessing of being really conscious. It becomes creation. So am I too conscious? Maybe. But maybe we all are, and we're just not talking about it. If something in this video resonates with you, please leave a comment, share your own story. I would love to hear from you guys. Maybe one small moment where you felt like you were being too awake in this world. I want to build a space here for people like us who are sensitive, who are spiritual, who are really aware, who are wanting to live life the fullest and see the beauty in life. So if you are here for this ride, please like my video and subscribe. That will help me a lot out, and I will make more videos like this, maybe some other topics. I know I am not the only one who sees beyond the beyond. And maybe you're one of us. Bye guys.